Thomas here with Much Props, going to give you another how-to video. Today I am making something very Texan. Now, if you don't know, I live in East Texas, which to most people think that I wear cowboy boots and a hat and ride horses, and I've never actually done any of that stuff. I don't own a cowboy hat, I don't wear boots, and I think I've ridden a horse maybe once. So I was trying to channel my inner Texan and make something that I thought was kind of cool. And sometimes when you're looking for something to make, it serves it up to you. And all I was getting on my socials were hat making videos, in particular, gunslinger cowboy hats. And I thought they were pretty cool. And I thought I can make that out of foam and make it pretty easy. So today we are making a gunslinger hat out of EVA foam. Let's get to building. Every hat starts with a pattern. Just like every story starts with a point of view. We trace the lines, cut out the pieces, and imagine what they'll become. Funny thing is, in life, we do the same thing. We draft the pattern of who we are based on what we believe is right. But a pattern can be read differently depending on the hands that hold it. I try to make mine as clear as they can be, but it's from my perspective, my expectations, and my thousands of hours of practice. I try to predict others' confusion, but sometimes I get it wrong, and sometimes it leaves the pattern unusable. Tracing this pattern onto the foam starts the adventure of creation, and whether the hat is worn by a hero or a villain is up to you. When you sketch this out, you're designing your own legend. The world might see you as a hero shaping something good, or a villain carving out trouble. But either way, you're still the one holding the blade, making the cut. Now comes the part where we cut the foam with a hobby knife. Clean, steady cuts matter here. If you're in a rush, the edges will tear and the whole piece won't fit right. Funny thing is, people are no different. We're all cut from the same cloth, but it's the way the blade passes through that gives us our unique edges. Blue highlights on my templates are for 45-degree angle cuts into the line, and green are for the 45-degree angle cuts away from the line. Some cuts are straight and clean, and others are jagged and rough, but each piece is still part of the same sheet. A hero and a villain can come from the same cloth. What sets them apart isn't where they started, but how they were shaped and where they fit in the pattern. Using barge contact cement, I put glue on all the edges, follow my registration marks, and begin pushing the parts together. This is where the hat takes shape. Piece by piece, just like other choices hold us together. You can't rush this part. If you do, it won't look right. Life works the same way. Quick fixes and weak bonds never hold long. Charles Evan Hughes said it best when he said, "A man has to live with himself, and he should see to it that he's always around good company." Heroes Heroes and villains aren't made in big moments. They're built in small ones, glued together by choices that we make. And while we think we're stitching up a whole noble story, someone else might see a mask being built to hide the truth. I was inspired by the Ghost Rider stories from Marvel for this build, whose antics, decisions, and inner turmoil are often about the hero trying to make decisions but acting in less honorable ways and trying to live up to some code, sort of an anti-hero. Foam doesn't look like much at first. Flat, plain, unassuming, but with a little heat and pressure, it bends into form. That's life kind of in a nutshell. We're all shaped by the fire we walk through and the pressure we endure. What looks like nothing today can become something iconic tomorrow. So with a little bit of heat from a heat gun, I can put in some dents, some rolls, and some dips into the hat. The crown gives the hat its height, and the brim gives it its swagger. Without both, it doesn't have much of a presence. People are the same way. Our values are the crown and our actions are the brim. One without the other leaves the character incomplete. From the right angle, you're a lawman standing tall. From another, you're just a shadow casting wide. Perspective is everything. Here I'm sanding down a foam skull so it fits neatly into a piece of 10mm foam that will rest on the top of the hat. Sanding is about patience, shaving away the rough edges until the pieces find its place. Life's the same way. We all start out with sharp corners and jagged flaws, and it takes time, pressure, and sometimes friction to shape us into what we're meant to be. A skull is a powerful symbol. Some see it as a warning, and others see it as a reminder of courage. That line between hero and villain again. To one person, the skull might look like a mark of fear. To another, it's a badge of survival. So as I smooth this piece down, I think about how we're all sanded by time, shaped by challenges, and in the end, it's up to us whether we become a warning or a legend. Now, I'm using gap filler to smooth over the skull and blend it into the top of the hat. This step hides the seams, covers the cracks, and makes it look like one solid piece. Funny thing is, life has its own way of kind of gap filling. We all carry seams, mistakes, regrets, things we'd rather the world didn't see. So we smooth them over with stories, with pride, with excuses. A quote from Hemingway seems to ring in my ears at this point. We are all broken, that's how the light gets in. From a distance, nobody notices the filler. They just see the finished hat, the polished version of who we are. But underneath, the cracks are still there, holding their history. Heroes and villains alike are built this way, patched together by choices, smoothed over by appearances. So as I work this filler across the skull, I'm reminded that perfection isn't real. It's the effort to blend the broken parts that make the piece worth wearing. 2 coats of Plasti Dip, and that's all the paint for this build. Here's where the hat earns its legend, the hatband. The embellishments, the little details that make it yours. For the hatband, I'm starting with a strip of 2mm foam to give it structure, then wrapped it in a black and red bandana. It's a simple detail, but it changes the whole look of the hat. That's how hatbands work. They're not just decoration, they're identity. They tell people who you are before you even have to say a word. Black and red, 2 colors at odds with each other, put together, they make something bold. Just like us, carrying both light and dark, hero and villain all woven into the same band. To some, this might look like pride, to others like a warning, but either way, it sets the tone for the legend this hat will carry. Now it's time for the conchos, the silver skulls spaced evenly about 3 inches around the band. To attach them, I pierce a hole through both the foam and the bandana, then set the screw through the back before locking it into place with a touch of super glue to hold the entire assembly to the hat. It's simple mechanics, but the effect is powerful. The devil is in the details, but so is the truth. Each skull becomes a marker, a reminder that every few steps of our journey, we leave behind a symbol of who we are. To one eye, skulls might look menacing, villain's work. To others, these are trophies of survival, a hero's scar turned into silver. Spacing them evenly matters too. Too close together, it's chaos. Too far apart, it looks empty. Life works the same way. The balance between order and meaning comes from how we space out the markers of our story. Every skull on this band isn't just a decoration, it's a milepost of the trail. For the final touch, I'm wrapping fake black and red barbed wire around the hatband, tucking it under the skull so that the barbed wire sits neatly between each one. At first, I thought I had it right, but then I realized the barbs were adjustable and removable. That meant I had to go back and shift them around and reposition everything until it looked balanced. Barbed wire is a strange detail. To some, it's a boundary, something meant to keep people out. To others, it's protection, a sign of strength. Just like us, the meaning depends on who's looking. So here it is, a cowboy gunslinger hat cut from foam and carved from perspective. Every detail tells a tale. Just remember, when you put it on, you're not just wearing a hat, you're wearing a role. In your eyes, you may be the hero, and in others, you may be the villain. And maybe that's what makes the story worth telling. The truth is always riding somewhere in between. I hope you enjoyed, and y'all have a pleasant, creative day. You hear? And we are finished. Here is the end result. Overall, I think it turned out pretty awesome. Definitely something that a beginner could do, and it leaves a lot of room for customization. So yeah. Maybe you'll try and make one of these yourselves and impress your friends with your ability to pull something from an area that you live and answer the question, why haven't I owned one of these already? Oh, yeah. Maybe you'll get some.
Yay!
And inevitably, they're going to ask you, how'd you make that? You can give them one of these. Tell them, much props. I guess I need to give you my best, like, cowboy ending to the story, so let's see if I can do this. I reckon justice and revenge ride the same trail. It just depends on who's telling the story. Peace out. If you enjoy what I do here on YouTube and you want to see more builds like this one, please consider joining these awesome people listed here with me over on my Patreon to build a bigger, better, more creative community together.